Alright, so this is the Xmod. Simple JST from the board to the battery. A lossy micro plug. It's pretty much off original Radio Shack. It's got the stage 1 8-tooth gear in it still. I've had the chassis I burned up in the truck for years, and I found this one last week at Goodwill for $6. If anybody knows Xmods, $6 is cheap for an Xmod that's complete with the remote. I did have to take the remote apart and, spread the prongs out where they touch the contacts inside. Plus, it came with a Civic body. Now my old one, also a Civic body. Civic bodies, look on eBay, I don't see many of them. But anyways, battery, I believe, is also lossy micro T. It's 200 mAh, 2-cell, 7.4 volt. I use Velcro. Velcro is a sin. I mean, it's awesome stuff. But basically, you got the Xmod. Plug up your stuff here. Kind of finagle it a little bit in there. Whatever you do, don't mount your LiPo battery on top of the engine motor. The motor gets really hot. And this is still stage 1 motor. And I may do some upgrades. It's already throwing the tire off, This cell isn't completely charged either, but as you can see, it's kind of zippy. Battery fits pretty good in there. I got a whole bag of the JST fittings, for my new Bright crap, and I really wasn't gonna order any 18 wire just to hook this up. Like I said, the FETs are the FETs. The one on the positive run and inside, it's a double stack from a 12.8 new Bright 2.4 gig circuit board, receiver board, and then the one on the negative pole is a single stack from a 12.8. I believe that the 12.8 pushes enough power through these that I will never run more than 7.4 volts through this Xmod, so I believe that is plenty good. If you can see in there, the rear one is double stacked, and it was my first time doing it, so give me a break here. It's not my best work. I'm still new at the soldering deal. Maybe eventually I'll fix this wiring mess. It's a lot, but it runs. I think I'm gonna leave this alone. I'm not gonna try to put this receiver board and servo and everything up in another new Bright truck. If I come across another Xmod, yeah, possibly. But with my new findings on the lithium powered 130 motor RC cars, and those motors are strong. That truck just went outside, and it is so fast, it's too dark, and I'll have to get it in a good daylight area on a smooth blacktop, maybe a basketball court, and it actually runs like an Xmod. If you know how Xmod response and takes off, it is insane how fast that truck is compared to what it was. I thought it was fast with the other motor, and the other motor was just out of a 1/25th scale. I believe it was from my Silverado. This one. And I like this truck. This truck is fun inside. I got to figure out how to get more range off these new Bright small boards. But if I can come across another of those 130 lithium cars with the 130 motor in it, this is getting one of those, because they are fast. And this thing is torquey. Now, let me tell you, with this same pack, this same 2-cell, 200 mile, this thing pulls the front wheels consistently. I mean, it is like a wheelie car. I had a set of front wheels like the 125s come on the front, and that's all. It would just ride wheelies. It was like perfect balance for wheelies. This here, it'll come up and come down, or you can come up and double tap and, you know, ride a wheelie. But it's fun. It's fun inside. It's challenging to see what you can do with these. The bodies are really quite nice. It's a shame that the electrical components aren't as nice. But I have a serious RC addiction. This has been modified. This has the low-C plug underneath. It's originally a 6-volt board, receiver board. It's twitchy. You know, the steering is kind of twitchy. It has no range. I don't think it was really meant to be a full range RC car. It was just promotional food line type deal. Now Mac here has lights, and he is a 9.6 volt, came with a NiCad battery in it. I have it wired up with a JST, and I'm hoping to soon get a 9.6 volt LiPo for him. This is my toy cabinet. It's kind of hard to see up in here. You see the yellow Dodge back there. This is the Jada Mustang. These are all internals here. The internals out of this came out of the yellow truck. You know, the circuits in here had a built-in LiPo cell. It's a 3.7 volt hypercharger, slow as crap, had lights and sound and all that bull, and you know, it was garbage. But now it's kind of fun. I'm gonna get a motor in that too. It's a 130 size. This one here is a new Bright. Came with a 5 AA receiver board, which is 7.5 volts. Also a 130 motor. I'm eventually hoping to take this with a 6.4 gig receiver board. One of the new lithium 130 motors that come with the lithium charged cars like the Mustang there, and you know, see what kind of fun crap I can get out of that there. This Jeep, don't know yet. This Baja, now this is what's on my mind since I've come across these motors. This thing, if you watch any reviews, kids say it's great, adults call it pieces of crap. This is a piece of crap. It's too big. The rear drive wheels are too big. The front wheels are too big. So I'm going to put it back together with a pair of 1/25 wheels on the front, the original wheels on the back, and this will be a 12.8 board with a 130 motor to hold all that juice to blow that rear end apart. But these cars are cheap, plenty of parts, and I'm interested to see what I can do with this. So see, these are all the same here. These holes, the 12.8, the 9.6, the 6.4, 2.4 gigahertz receiver boards all fit these. They're all interchangeable. Even the 7.5 AA receiver board with the 5 AA's, they swap out. So I mean, it's not limited now with lithium powered. There you may be able to see. There she is. That's the new one I got today that I stole the FETs off of. That international in the back, that's some crap plastic chassis right there. I just broke it just moving it to the side one day. This Ferrari is a Masto, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful car. It's got loud steering on it, but it's got see, look at that. So problem is no transmitter, but it's $3. I mean, how can you pass that up? $3. I can find me another receiver board out of something cheap. See where I can take this one. It's got lights and all that stuff too. Same as the Bugatti down here. I mean, the Bugatti, it's got the same kind of rear end. It's got lights. It's big. It's heavy, but it's fun. That's it. Oh, I have this one too. If anybody knows where I can get a transmitter for old R2D2, I bought it. Box of toys for my kid, and he was in it. No transmitter, be nice to have. But yep, new Bright MOSFET chips in an Xmod, stacked and running. Ha ha ha.